the last few moves tell the real story. In April 2024, they pull out of all their international markets to focus only on India. So this zero commission thing, it's the huge, bold, final move in that intense India-first strategy. Today, we're diving into a massive, high-stakes gamble that basically flipped a billion-dollar business model on its head almost overnight. We're talking about OLA and its wild all-or-nothing bet to completely reinvent ride-hailing in India. So picture this. The date is June 18th, 2025. You're inside OLA's headquarters. The leadership team is just staring at a single dashboard, getting ready to flip a switch. A switch that's about to change everything for hundreds of thousands of their drivers all across the country. And this is it. 0%. Just like that. Overnight, OLA completely ditches its 20 to 30% commission on every single ride. Now drivers get to keep 100% of what the passenger pays them. In return, OLA's just going to charge a small, flat daily fee for access. I mean, this is a seismic shift for the entire industry. So you gotta ask, right? If your whole business was built on taking a slice of every single ride, what even is your business anymore? And OLA's given itself just 1 year, 12 months, to find an answer that actually lasts. One that doesn't just mean going back to burning cash on subsidies. To really get why they'd make a move this risky, we've got to understand the battlefield. The ride-hailing market in India is, well, it's one of the most competitive on the planet, and the rules of the game were already changing, fast. OLA's journey since 2010 has been just relentless. They grew like crazy, bought up rivals, and came up with cool things like the Share Pass. But if you look closely at this timeline, the last few moves tell the real story. In April 2024, they pull out of all their international markets to focus only on India. So this zero commission thing, it's the huge, bold, final move in that intense India-first strategy. Now here's something you absolutely have to know. OLA wasn't actually the first to do this. As you can see, competitors like Rapido were already doing a zero commission thing for bikes and autos. Even Uber had already switched to subscriptions for its auto rickshaw drivers months before. And you had these community-led apps like Namayatri proving that a driver-first model could really work. So OLA wasn't starting a revolution here. They were reacting to an industry that was already hitting the reset button. And it's not just about what the other guys are doing. The whole landscape is a minefield. You've got bike taxi bans that change from state to state, creating all this uncertainty. New rules for aggregators are popping up. And there are new laws to protect gig workers that could add costs. But through all of that, for you, the rider, it always comes down to the same 3 simple questions. How fast can I get a ride? How much is it going to cost? And is it actually going to show up? And this quote right here is the core of OLA's entire bet. The founder, Bhavish Agarwal, is basically saying that their deep local knowledge gives them an edge that a global giant just can't copy. This whole gamble is a test of that one idea. So the old revenue model is gone. It's out the window. OLA is at this massive crossroads, and it needs a new sustainable way to win. And it needs it fast. It looks like they have 3 clear paths they can take. All right, let's break them down. Path 1 is to build a driver OS, basically a whole ecosystem of services just for their drivers. Path 2 is to focus on us, the customers, by bringing back rider subscription passes. And path 3, well, that's a huge bet on the future, using electric vehicles to completely change the game. Okay, let's decode this playbook. Each of these options has some massive potential, for sure, but they also come with some really serious trade-offs. Option A is all about winning over the drivers. The big idea is to create this operating system they just can't live without. Think about it, bundling that daily platform fee with stuff drivers really need, like cheaper insurance, easier loans, fuel cards. The goal is simple, make drivers so loyal they'd never leave. The catch? It's operationally a nightmare. Juggling all those different partners could get really messy really fast. Okay, Path B flips the script and focuses on us, the riders. Here, OLA would try to lock in customers with subscription passes, and this isn't a new idea for them. They did it before, selling 5 million Share Pass rides way back in 2016. It creates revenue you can actually count on. The risk, though, is having to deal with tricky pricing regulations and trying to stay one step ahead of fraud, which can absolutely destroy your profits. Path C is definitely the most radical of the three. It's all about using that powerful connection with OLA Electric to build out a massive EV fleet. This could totally reset the costs for drivers and at the same time give riders a way better experience. Quieter, cleaner rides. It's an advantage that's super hard to copy, but it's also super dependent on unpredictable regulations and, of course, requires a ton of cash. And this perfectly shows you the power of that EV strategy. Just look at the math here. With a regular gas car, a driver might take home about 1,173 rupees a day. But switch to an EV, even with a slightly higher lease payment, the massive savings on fuel could boost their daily earnings to over 1,350 rupees. That's a 15% raise overnight. I mean, that's a huge reason for a driver to stick with your platform. So that brings us to the final decision. That 12-month clock is ticking down. Competitors are making moves, regulators are watching, and riders, well, we're always demanding better, cheaper, faster service. The pressure is on. At the end of the day, this choice is going to define who OLA is. Are they a software company for drivers, a subscription club for riders, or are they this massive, integrated, EV-powered mobility giant? It's really a choice about their entire identity in the future of India. So, now it's your turn. Imagine you're in that boardroom. You've seen all the options. You know what's at stake. The next 12 months are absolutely critical. Do you bet it all on the driver OS, the rider passes, or the EV supply chain? What's the call? Which path do you choose?